So welcome back again to the next part of the previous one, and in the previous video we have discussed about the projectile motion and what is the equation of trajectory of the projectile motion. Now in this video we will discuss about the next topic, and in the next topic we will discuss about the maximum height during the projectile motion and what is the time of flight of the projectile motion and what is the range of the projectile motion. So first of all we will discuss about the maximum height. So maximum height. So as we know, okay, when we talk about the projectile motion, let's consider we have an object and the object is projected into the space with some velocity at some angle theta. So that is the path of the projectile. Here the body is projected with the initial speed u at an angle theta. Then the velocity is split into its component. One component, that is the horizontal, which is u cos theta, and one component, that is the vertical, which is along the y-axis, that is u sin theta. So the horizontal component make the body to move in the forward direction and the vertical component make the body to move in the vertical direction. So when we talk about the maximum height, what is maximum height? Maximum height basically the height during the projectile motion when the vertical component of the velocity becomes zero, and at the point when the vertical component of the velocity is zero, that particular point, the height of this point from the ground, that is the maximum height. So suppose when the object reach to this point, at this is the point, suppose the name the point C. So when the point C comes, then the velocity, the vertical component of the velocity becomes zero, and at this point, suppose the height, that is h. So to find out the height, first of all we have to remember which component of velocity is responsible for the motion along the vertical direction, and that is the component which is u sin theta, that is responsible for the body to move in the vertically upward direction. So let's find out height from the second equation of motion, from the third equation of motion, that v square is equal to u square minus 2gh. H here, that is the maximum height. So we are saying that when the body attains the maximum height, when the body attains the maximum distance in the vertical direction, at that point the final velocity becomes zero. That means v becomes zero, is equal to u square. And what is u? U is that component of the velocity which is responsible for the motion in the vertically upward direction, and that is u sin theta. So that becomes u sin theta of whole square minus 2gh, then 2gh is equal to u square sin square theta, then h is equal to u square sin square theta upon 2g, and that is maximum height during projectile motion. Now the next part of this topic, that the time of flight. What is the time of flight? Time of flight is that time during which the object remain in the air. How? Suppose we project the body. When we project the body, then we have to consider the time, and the time during which the object remain in the air before hitting the ground. So during this time, this is the time, and that's called the time of flight. So to find out the time of flight, it is easy to find out the time of flight. Just find out the time when the object reach to the maximum height, and again twice of the same time, that is the time of flight. यानी कि if we see, तो ऑब्जेक्ट को जितना टाइम प्रोजेक्शन से मैक्सिमम हाइट तक आने में लगेगा, सेम टाइम मैक्सिमम हाइट से ग्राउंड तक आने में लगेगा. दैट मीन्स द टाइम ऑफ ascent इज इक्वल टू द टाइम ऑफ descent. So just find out the time of ascent and make it twice, that is the time of flight. So to time of flight, from the first equation of motion, that v is equal to u minus gt. T, that is the time during which the object reached to the maximum height. That means the time of ascent. So at the maximum height, the v becomes 0. U, that is the initial component along the vertical direction, that is u sin theta minus gt. Then gt is equal to u sin theta. Then t is equal to u sin theta over g. And this is the time in which the object attain the maximum height, or this is the time of ascent. So what will be the time of flight? Just twice of this, because जितना टाइम ऑब्जेक्ट को प्रोजेक्शन से मैक्सिमम हाइट तक आने तक लगेगा, वही टाइम ऑब्जेक्ट को मैक्सिमम हाइट से ग्राउंड तक आने में लगेगा. तो अगर हम इस टाइम का डबल करते हैं, देन वी गेट द टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट. सो टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट यानी कि t इज इक्वल टू ट्वाइस ऑफ स्मॉल t. दैट मीन्स 2u sin theta over g, that is time of flight. Now next we have to find out the range. What is range? Range basically the horizontal distance covered during the time of flight. That means कि जब हमने ऑब्जेक्ट को प्रोजेक्ट किया, फेंका, तो उस दौरान जो टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट था, उस टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट में ऑब्जेक्ट ने कितना हॉरिजॉन्टल डिस्टेंस कवर किया. दैट मीन्स वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट दिस डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम द पॉइंट ऑफ प्रोजेक्शन टू द पॉइंट ऑफ हिटिंग द ग्राउंड, एंड दिस इज द रेंज. वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट दिस वन. दैट मीन्स द डिस्टेंस अलोंग द एक्स एक्सिस, द हॉरिजॉन्टल डिस्टेंस, एंड दिस इज द रेंज. उसको पॉज करो जरा, पॉज कर दो, पॉज. So to find out the range, horizontal distance covered ड्यूरिंग टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट. यानी कि टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट के दौरान जो वो हॉरिजॉन्टल डिस्टेंस कवर करेगा, दैट इज द रेंज. सो विच कंपोनेंट ऑफ द वेलोसिटी इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल टू मूव अलोंग द हॉरिजॉन्टल डिस्टेंस, which is u cos theta. And what will be the time? The time is time of flight. So range r is equal to, that is u cos theta into time of flight. That means u cos theta into time of flight, that was 2u sin theta over g. That u and u becomes u square sin theta cos theta over g. Just rearranging, u square 2 sin theta cos theta over g. 2u sin theta cos theta, ये आपने एक आइडेंटिटी पढ़ी होगी ट्रिग्नोमेट्री में. sin 2 theta is equal to 2 sin theta cos theta. So we can write 2 sin theta cos theta as sin 2 theta. Then the equation reduced to r is equal to u square sin 2 theta over g. That is the range. Now a condition comes, a special condition comes कि when the range will be maximum, यानी कि हम ऑब्जेक्ट को किस एंगल पे फेंकें तो जो हमारी रेंज है वो मैक्सिमम हो, यानी कि ऑब्जेक्ट हमारा सबसे दूर जाके गिरे. भाई एक पर्टिकुलर एंगल तो होगा कि अगर हम उस एंगल पे फेंकते हैं तो ऑब्जेक्ट सबसे ज्यादा दूर जाके गिरेगा. सो वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट दैट पर्टिकुलर एंगल. दैट मीन्स फॉर द रेंज टू बी मैक्सिमम what should be the angle. So in that, if we see the equation, the r is equal to u square sin 2 theta upon g. तो ये जो इक्वेशन है, इस इक्वेशन की वैल्यू मैक्सिमम कब होगी? तो इफ वी पुट sin 2 थीटा इज इक्वल टू 1, भाई साइन जो ट्रिग्नोमेट्री की जो हमारी आइडेंटिटी है साइन की जो एंगल है कि साइन की वैल्यू मैक्सिमम क्या होगी? ना तो 0 होगी ना -1 होगी, क्या होगी? +1. यानी कि अगर हम sin 2 थीटा को 1 के बराबर रखते हैं, इन दैट केस वी गेट द मैक्सिमम रेंज. तो फॉर मैक्सिमम रेंज sin 2 थीटा इज इक्वल टू 1 और 1 में साइन किसकी वैल्यू होती है? दैट इज sin 90. यानी कि sin 2 थीटा इज इक्वल टू sin π/2. दैट मीन्स 2 थीटा इज इक्वल टू π/2. दैट मीन्स थीटा इज इक्वल टू π/4 यानी कि 45 डिग्री. So if we throw any object at 45 degree angle, then the object hit the ground at the largest distance, and that's the range. So that's all about this projectile motion. Thank you so much.